y'all? This is Jay,
That make it.
and this is our channel. Today we're doing Raising Kanan Season 4, Episode 8. I don't forgot the goddamn title of it. Alright, we're doing Raising Kanan Season 4, Episode 8, Street Struck. So you guys now see an edit here, and you're going to hear a bleep there. Boom. So, but we're going to do a little bit of a follow-up, a very short one. I'm going to let Mika take it about what happened in Episode 7, because I forgot.
Yeah. So we went on like a little. I guess we had a little mini break.
Sabbatical.
Yeah. Some things going on, but so we didn't. We saw episode 7, but we didn't upload it. But basically, sum it up. Episode 7 of Raising Canaan is mostly about how Unique has. Well, he's been back and he's been, killing people left and right and trying to make deals to start up his, drug organization again, correct?
Yeah.
Running around talking to people, making deals or not. But this episode, that episode pretty much ends with him breaking into Rock's house and he's just standing there eating a carton of ice cream and he's like, "Hey bitch, I'm back." And she's like in shock about it and freaked out because now everything's starting to come together because people in her organization have been killed, or some of her deals have fell through in regards to drug stuff, and was confused as to why. Now she's finding out this man been back messing with her stuff. So he hems her up, basically threatens her, and he's like, "I'm not gonna kill you now, but I promise, basically, I am going to eventually kill you." That's kind of like his thing with her right now. And if anything, right now, he said he's basically just gonna fuck with her for a while, torture her a little bit, mess with her organization, all that kind of stuff. And then that was the end of that episode. So
Yeah, it was just pretty much him
yeah,
reintroducing himself, and that was that was that episode.
that was the episode. So we're gonna move on to episode 8.
Yeah, so this episode was pretty much like all about, to me, a bunch of people got offed. We're not gonna go beat by beat for this. We're just gonna talk about some key points. Um, so yeah, some key points in that episode. So Marvin goes ahead and he gets rid of Quan this episode. Broke in there to get some stuff to make it look like a robbery, get rid of him so that they can pretty much be the new distros essentially. So
Right.
bye bye Quan. Really don't care that you're gone, so whatever.
But still, his role was still impactful.
He
It was kind of the way they just started off that episode like that and just offed him, because it felt like prior to that they were trying to make him be around a little bit longer, but yeah, he was out of there at the beginning of this episode.
Well, offering him is to piss off Unique is what it's to do.
Yeah.
So because we'll find out later in the episode that Unique goes ahead and now he has to try and get stuff together because Quan was his supplier.
Right.
So, but peace is Quan. He's up out of here. You know what I mean? Then that goes to directly ties to Unique finding out that Quan has been off essentially, and at the same time, good old OC pops up because now he's scared because he's gonna help Unique go against Kanan so much, and rob his stash of money and whatnot. And now we turn around from seeing Quan get off to Unique in a fit of rage, lights OC up.
OC.
Yeah, Polo Ting Ting.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I just said Polo Ting Ting. He up out of here. Um, just like him, his role on the show was short. So he's gone.
Okay.
He
I miss OC.
Nah, he was a MacGuffin. You know what I mean? So
Now, what does that mean?
he's a MacGuffin. He wasn't really a MacGuffin. That's the wrong word to say. He was just fodder. He was just used to kind of move the plot along a little bit. He didn't really have any role. He was just like,
Right.
you know what I mean? So,
But did we talk about what he did do though?
yeah, just said he.
Unique.
No, he
Like unique character.
yeah, he just I did. I said he had him pretty much rob Kanan of his stash, his money stash. So
and he panicking.
yeah, he panicking and
Getting
yeah,
nervous, and he basically just off to
yeah.
like, shut the fuck up.
Because he's been irritating at this long time. Like you talk about not being able to read a room. Like, dude, I should probably not be doing this right now.
I was like, do you not?
You know what I'm saying? And he said, "Oh, I can't hide. I can't hide. Go get under a desk. Ain't nobody gonna find your ass." But anyway, so he's gone. So now we get to kind of the more juicy stuff, which So snaps and pop. We find out finally that the big thing all season, who killed Famous, who got him up out of here, was actually snaps and pop that put in the order because they worried about him talking because they had intel from the police that he was talking to the police. Um, I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna just say my little piece. I'm gonna let you because I know you felt more of a way about this.
Yeah.
I personally think, I think it's gonna play the way that they needed to. Um, I think the way they revealed it was a little bit
Thank
lame.
you.
Uh, thank you, whoever.
We're all right.
Yeah, I can't see you, so but thank you for joining. I think that the way they did it was lame. You know what I mean? But the purpose to the story is going to be good, but the way that they implemented it could have been better. Um, because we all thought it was going to be Marvin or something like that. I always thought it was going to be the police in one way or another. I thought it was going to be Officer Garcia, but the premise why was going to be the same. So yeah. So I'm gonna let you go ahead, Mika, tell your view on that. There.
I was irritated. First of all, he know, and by now y'all should know that Famous was like one of my favorite people on the show. I just liked his. I would say he had like an element of innocence that I liked, and he still hadn't quite like whereas Kanan was kind of progressively moving towards this life, like this drug life situation. Famous was kind of battling that a little bit, and at that point he had moved back home with his mom and all that. So I think he was trying to like kind of pull himself away from that after he had killed that boy. But yeah, I just didn't like that. I felt like Famous he was a big part of the show to me, and I felt like they could have kind of did his death a little bit more justice. My understanding behind the scenes that there was some stuff that went on, he had to abruptly leave the show. But with that being said, I just didn't care. I felt like it should have been somebody that actually meant something to us as an audience that killed Famous,
Yeah, not
because
these two
not these two
doofuses right
random
here.
weird looking police officers that we hadn't even seen before.
But
Like,
I think that's the point. They're too off-brand. They're supposed to. I mean, they're supposed to be two unassuming people. And I think it was like rewritten. Like you said, something happened with the famous character
yeah,
and whatnot. So they probably had to rewrite it, and this was
the
to get the
best that they
same.
could kind
Yeah.
of do, I guess. But and then the other thing is, I'm not a big fan of Snap and Pop. Like, I'm just not. Like, they kind of irritate me. I know you like their
No,
character.
I like Wendell Pierce.
Okay,
That's he's
you
one
like
of
him as a
as an
right,
actor
but
in
Lady
general.
irritates
Yeah.
me. Like, it's just this whole. Like, I don't care. Like, they don't. I don't know. Maybe they're not. For me, they're not coming through on screen enough to feel like, why is everybody scared of these people? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just I'm not afraid of them like that. That's just me though.
They well, I
In
mean,
real life, I would be afraid of them. but at home in my bed, I'm not afraid of them. It's like not coming through on screen to me.
well,
She's annoying. And I'm just like, I almost would feel better if she wasn't even there and it was just him.
well, they represent power. They represented the.
They're kind of like the upper echelon of,
Yeah.
they control. I get the concept. I'm just saying, like, for me, it's not. For me, I don't feel like it's coming through
It's not
on screen.
translating for you.
Like, and for them to just be off and fame, like, it just was weird to me. And I
Yeah,
just didn't like it. I didn't like it.
that's
I
understandable.
felt like it should have been a more meaningful character to the audience that ended up doing something. I
I
felt like
think,
it would have
yeah,
been more impactful.
I think it would have been more impactful if I'll save that for another video.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll save it for another video.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a live on it and we'll talk about it, and I'll
Yeah.
tell you what my.
Let us know if you want us to do a
All
live
right.
about this. But yeah.
So on to the next goofy ass. So Lou, nice. So like this was my favorite aspect of the episode because from the jump, Lou has always been kind of like my favorite character in so many words. Like one of just because of his coldness, and we didn't get that for a while because of what he was going through
Yeah.
and whatnot. But as you said, last episode, really, they go in, they rob this house and whatnot, and it was Rilla and Kenyatta right here. He, yeah, I don't like him, but you don't have to worry about that. But him and another guy, so they come back and they want to rob the place again. B Rilla goes to Lou, tells Lou, so Lou pulls up on Kenyatta. It's like, hey man, leave B Rilla alone. What you doing, right? So
like some punk ass stuff that Rilla did.
no, it wasn't.
To Lou, because he told him, he was like, the old Lou that I heard about on the streets would have not even let that shit fly, right? Well, handle your own business then. Like, don't come. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
he was scared
he's
of this man. So then he go to Lou to kind of like take care of it. And I just felt like that was like, you too big and too tall. You
well, stature.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, handle it yourself, but he knows that he can't. Like, he knows, like, be real for what he is. He's not necessarily like a smart person. He knows that
Thug, like in his music.
no, it's not that he's not. I mean, we don't know first and foremost, and he kind of don't seem like it. He does seem like he's a little bit of a pervert. But at the same time, there's levels, and he knows at the level of what Kenyatta is, he ain't at that level, but he knows that Lou is. You know what I'm saying? But you know who be really could have probably handled was right here. So when I seen him, yeah, no, I mean bleep, bleep, bleepity bleep. That's what it's for. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna say bleep it out. It's called editing.
Yeah, I don't know who he was irritated.
He was irritating, and he's the one that ends up having what happens later happen because he's running his mouth.
Clown.
And Lou, it's like, hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Kenyatta and Dude's like, we're gonna have to get be real and him up out of here. But little did they know, they unlocked the old Lou. And I really like this scene because it was like, this is this is the one scene back when he first started doing music a few seasons ago.
Yeah.
This was the most recent and up to date scene where he was having fun. You can tell he's like, oh hell, like you get like he did a good job of conveying. I got that
like
feeling.
And I'm back.
Yeah, like yeah, you know what I mean. So, yeah.
Like that's all it took though.
Huh?
Out of all the things that have happened, but maybe it was a build up.
Yeah, it was probably
It was
was
exciting kind of going into that, and then now it's just like, you know what, forget it. They trying to test my gangster. I'm about to.
Yeah, and you could tell it's kind of like a release for him, like an endorphin release, like oh finally.
That's
You know what I'm saying? So
and the way he shot some people in the middle of the street.
yeah, he took so yeah, so Lou took out Kenyatta and his little henchman, and that's pretty much how the episode ends.
Yeah.
And that was the episode. I thought it was good. I mean you got also Marvin. So I didn't put this in there, but um early
Mm-hmm.
off somebody that was closest to final. As you know, Marvin had Early handle some business, whatever, and Stefano told him, if Early does anything, you're gonna be responsible. It was Early and his cousin, and then Marvin went and took care of his cousin.
Marvin is
Yeah.
bad.
So you had 5 deaths in this episode. You know what I'm saying? You had Quan, you had OC, you had the dude that Marvin off, then you had the 2 people that you had Kenyatta and his homeboy that Luke got rid of. So you had 5 people get dropped this episode.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We need to mention what's Kanan's girlfriend name?
Oh, and yeah, Crystal got snatched on the bus.
Crystal got snatched up by them stupid lame cops. Some same lame cops. So they're basically trying to like.
They're trying to press. They're trying to pull Kanan out. They're using stuff to snap. It's in the snaps and pop that are doing it.
Yeah.
Because Kanan's starting to sniff around.
So Crystal, she was on her way out of town. Kanan told her to leave. She got on the bus. Them cops went on the bus, took her off the bus, and said that they need to question her. So we don't know what's gonna happen in the next episode. I think she's gonna die.
I've seen a lot of people get caught on buses. Like, what's that show where they be? I can't.
And you just let people on buses? Like, I mean, I guess it is the cops.
That's how a lot of people get out of town. Like that's cops do that. Like if you know if you like on the run from the police and you're trying to get out of town, they just wait at the bus station, wait for you to get on and pull your ass off. Like they do it all the time.
Well,
you know what I mean, like
I don't know. I just that part again. I'm over these cops. I can't wait till somebody kill them because I'm pretty sure they're gonna die as well.
Possibly.
But yeah, that was pretty much it for this episode. But I do want to talk about like a couple theories of what may happen. Like as far as like, what do you think?
Well, as far as what?
Well, as far as like the lead up, because I didn't, I don't be paying attention to it half the time. But you were saying that you think that this is all like going into like them bringing Ghost and Tommy in at a certain point later on.
You know what? I do. Let's make a theories video for that specifically because there's a lot that ties into that, and there's a reason why I'm saying that. Something happens in the preview for episode 9, which so we're not gonna give up the ghost, so to say, ahead of time. So, but we'll make a video on. We'll make a theories video.
Okay, cool. So that's it.
Yeah, that was Raising Kanan episode 8.
7-ish 8.
Yeah.
7-8. Yeah, overall, last 2 episodes were good. This one was pretty good. So
very cool. This one was better than 17.
Yeah.
So we got 2 more left before the season finale. So yeah, and then right after this, probably be jumping over to BMF. season 4.
Possibly.
Possibly. We'll talk about that too.
I don't know. But and anyway, leave your comments or whatever in our comment section. Let us know what y'all think about this season. Do you think it's a good season? Make sure you hit the notification bell. Follow us on all our social media channels: TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. We're Jey and Meka on all platforms. So yeah, till next time, we are out.
See you.